Hi guys, it's Jamie here and I'm back with day 3 or part 3 of the journaling ideas for newbies, or as I would rename it, journaling ideas for those who don't do much and therefore don't have much to journal about, which would be myself. Came up with the idea of bucket list but not overwhelming it with too many things to do, and I've taken a slightly twisty interpretation of what a bucket list is, and we're going to get into creating this page and those ideas. As we're still at the beginning of the month, it's currently I think the 4th of January, I thought we should do a January bucket list, not a yearly goals, which we've already done, but to bring some balance in, because a lot of goals are health and work related. I thought, how about a bucket list for January of things we'd like to do? I've prepared this page already by ripping out 2 pages and gluing them either side. I'm probably going to do a double spread for this, partly to motivate myself to do something other than work. I've put this here just because it's such a thick, chunky book. It would be hard for you to see this side if I didn't pin it back, but when I do come to glue things on, obviously I'm going to have to take it off. I'm going to collage this. I've got here these boxes, and what I do now is I separate my scraps out to be colorways. So this is the blue-green. I've also added to this, because I know I'm going to do a blue spread, some blue washi and some blue ephemera bits, words and bits and pieces. So I won't be using all of those. I just took them from the ephemera box. Now here we've got some bigger pieces that were freebies in the TLC Creates Facebook group. They're beautiful. I'm going to use them because they're still wintry. I'm going to put a background down, sort of create a masterboard initially on these 2 pages. And as usual, I've got a ton of scraps that I just want to start to get through. I'm just going to use a glue stick because I don't see a need to go mad at this point. I can catch the edges later and then I'll be putting words on top. So this is going to build up again in thickness. So this is why I recommend you take, if you're going to use a pre-made book, which I am for this, take pages out to create some space. As I've got to map this side, I do want some kind of coordinating look. So I am going to take, again, I'm sticking with some of the blue though, a bit of the map and put it this side somewhere. I've got so many bits of scraps, particularly blues. I mean, I can use this actually in my mum's journal as well. I'm tearing out that because I don't want to use that. That's too summery. I think this is from the Peacock kit from Magpie Printables. I'm going to pop that there. It's a nice shot of colour, isn't it? And I want to do some things that are quicker. You don't want your journaling to take you all day. I'm not really planning where these... I know some people plan their backgrounds. I don't. I like to do things a bit at speed and just see what happens, because if it's not exactly to your liking, it will still be okay. You can then put things over it. You can gesso this with a bit of white to tone it down. You can ink stamp over it. I don't have a clue what I'm going to do when I first come in and do things, so to me, I think that one's okay. There's no point in me trying to imagine what I'm going for. And I might just pop that one down now, because that's going to be a top piece, so you don't have to build up the whole thing. As you can see, I'm just working across, trying to repeat some of the papers. Oh, I've also got these splodges. I don't know how much they fit because they're quite modern looking, but I could tear them and use them as part of this torn background. Yeah, I buy others' digitals, but I do make my own as well, just because sometimes people don't have what you're looking for colorway wise or whatever it is. If I do that there, that takes off some of that straightness. I do have another of those style papers, which I think I'll pop that one there. And then we do have like these as well from that same group. I love that, but I don't want it looking like a tag, so I'm going to tear it, put it there. Now we have a big advert. I think that was from Etsy. Never spend much, so I can guarantee that was in a kit that was $2 to $3 maximum, probably on sale, because I tend to wait for their flash sales. There's something you could actually write on direct. Got a ticket. Yeah, okay, I'm going to add another one of these. It's meeting that one a little bit. Maybe I want to do that higher up. If I do it like that, it starts to bring a torn edge to this. Let's have a look at this ephemera. I've got another ticket. That might struggle to stick down because it's going over that big bend. Might need to bring a stronger glue in on that, or some glued washi or something. I think you need to highlight a few things at some point. Butterfly. It's very blue, isn't it? I think we need some focal points that sits on this background. In my stash of things that I printed up from that Facebook group, TLC Creates, I found some more birds and some more of those lovely little papers. And I think one way to make this work would be to add more of these, so there's a bit more of a unifying theme. Now this is quite large and possibly needs something going on this because to break it up a bit. What little advert would that help? Yes, but it still needs something behind it. I did a bit of a torn scrap here to bring more snow elements in. Another torn scrap probably here, a couple of butterflies which I know don't really fit because it's wintry, and some of those flowers. Something I do want to do is just get this a bit of extra, oh there we go, I ended up printing up the bucket list on my Pixar app and creating a background that I thought would contrast but fit in with this background. I think highlighting, I think everything's more or less stuck down quite well. I did go back round it to make sure. I think the obvious one is the black Stabilo. Now with a Stabilo you can grunge it by smearing this a little bit, and I probably will, but I need to go get some water. Some people use their own spit basically, you know, lick their finger to do this. I struggle with that because I don't know, something about hygiene, even though this is my journal so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to try the Q-tip method. I think you get a similar result. See, that makes it pop a bit more. Right, I will do the butterfly on camera. And then obviously you don't want to waste your time watching me shadowing a load of stuff. So I will just come back when I've done the butterflies and the titles and everything like that, and then we will look and see if anything else needs doing. I mean, I love it. I think that makes that really pop. What I feel it needs, and it's only a little something, and I've started to do it here, is to just get a little bit of the Stabilo round the areas that are more blank, like here, not much, and a tiny bit of water, and just start to highlight some of these squarer shapes. Can you see that tiny shadow? It's not as big as the bits that we really want to highlight. It's slightly lighter, slightly less aggressive, bringing out some of these square shapes of shadowing, even working into it to take the shadowing down if necessary, if it's too much. I do think that's, if you compare the two pages, I've done a little bit on this side, but not too much. I think that makes that punchier. I honestly think it's time to now leave this one alone. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help other people on YouTube come across the video. If you're not already, and 50% of you aren't, please consider subscribing. I do upload a variety of art and craft, junk journaling, planning type videos. And let me know what you think of this idea for your journal in the comments below. And I will see you next time.